Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System. And I'm so glad to be here each and every week to do what I call these lives, Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. And I do them for a couple of reasons. The first reason is for you to be able to shift your perspective, the way that you look at your business. Look at it from that 30,000-foot view. Most owners that I know are so caught up in the day to day, it's hard for them to take that time to do that. So 15 minutes a week isn't a lot of time, and it's time well spent. The second reason is for you to be able to take one action item away each and every week. The magic is in the doing. It's amazing how when you make these small little changes and you're consistent at it, it makes a huge difference in your business. So this week, I have a topic that talks about work ethic, and work ethic hasn't disappeared. I've been talking to a lot of owners about work ethic and finding help. So I thought that this was a good topic to share with you. If you find this valuable, please share it with another owner. I know this is a very giving group and people are always looking out for one another. So if you think that this is valuable and you know someone it could help, please share it. So work ethic hasn't disappeared, but what it has done, it's evolved. The new work ethic is pride, purpose, and personal standards. So I want to really dive into this because I hear this a lot from shop owners and from people that are outside automotive industry. A lot of people are coming up with these types of sayings that they really don't think that people care anymore. And it's a phrase that I hear very, very often. And I'm going to challenge it today. I want to challenge it. And the reason why is people do care, but how we define pride, purpose, and standards has really changed. Now, I remember when I was younger and I had entered the workforce, it was a different time, very, very different. And work ethic was described differently. So if you're over 50 years old, you probably feel the same way, that it was a different time period. What we valued and what we thought was our responsibility was very different than today. So why does work ethic look different? Well, the old version was loyalty, obedience, and time spent. How much time you put in was definitely a way that people looked at work ethic. Obedience, not really questioning things. That was another thing that people looked at as work ethic. And loyalty, you stayed. You stayed for security, loyalty. You wanted to know that you had a job, all those reasons. But that has really changed. The new version is meaning. They really want to have meaning in what they do. Mastery. They want to develop their skill sets. People want to bring value and alignment with their values. They want to work in a place, in an environment with people that align with their values. Today, people want to know that what they do matters. It's making a difference. They're not unmotivated. They're unmoved when leadership doesn't connect their work to a purpose. So example, for the automotive industry, if you're connecting the idea of what they're doing and how it is helping drivers, vehicle owners, business owners, and you talk about having a safe and reliable vehicle that they can count on, that it can give them peace of mind. That's what your people, that's what your team is actually helping people with. They're helping their kids get to school. They're helping customers get to their jobs. and their jobs, everyone knows that people are depending on you. So wherever they work, whatever they do, there are people that are depending on them. And that's what makes a difference. And there may even be certain charities that you're involved in, a way to give back and help the community. Make that connection for people, because that's what really that's what really matters to them. And that's what motivates them internally. The second part of this is pride and personal standards. So pride used to be taught through repetition. You did it until you mastered it. Now it's reinforced through recognition. People light up when their effort is seen. I like your idea. I see that you're putting in the effort here, and I really appreciate that. Asking them questions if they get stuck, right? What's your thought process here? Where did you find this information? Or where did you get this idea? Let's walk through it. Pride grows when leaders explain why the work matters. So that brake job isn't just a repair. It's peace of mind for the mom who's driving her kids. That detailed inspection shows the difference between a parts changer and being a professional. Personal standards aren't about perfection, but they are about consistency. Showing up, ready to learn, right? Being on time, doing quality work, even when no one's watching, because you have a personal standard. Taking care of the customer as if they were family. Thinking about that customer, thinking about the quality of work that you're going to put out. So the idea here is, think about this. When was the last time you told your team how much their work impacts people's lives? Sometimes we just go into work and we just think about the day-to-day, but we're really not thinking about the difference that we're making. That student that's moving or maybe going off to school in a different state, not local, and the parents want to know that they have a safe and reliable vehicle. What does that do for the peace of mind? So part 3 of this is the owner's role. And this is important. Culture mirrors leadership. So if you rush, you cut corners, or you complain about customers, your team will too. Think about how that sounds. As an example, if you model care, accountability, and pride in how you lead, they will follow. So think of some different ideas that you could use in your shop. Think of really good customer stories that you could share, or customers that were appreciative, really grateful, and value the work you do. Are you sharing that with your team? Are you sharing good reviews with your team so that they know? The future of our industry depends on leaders who raise standards through example, not blame. We don't want to blame our team. We don't want to blame the parts vendor or supplier. We don't want to blame the customers. We want to actually raise standards, and really you have to be the example. You have to be the leader that is doing that. Have a little empathy for people. So the old mindset is this generation doesn't care. The new mindset is this generation cares deeply when leadership connects pride to purpose. So what's one way your team shows pride in their work? I'm curious. Whether you're on live or you're on the replay, share it, because we need more of these examples in this industry. And email me, because I would love to hear it. I would love to know different ways that your team shows pride in their work. And I'll be able to share them. So you don't have to do this alone. And this is one of the reasons why I coach single location auto shops who are ready for more time, more profit in a business that works for you, not the other way around. So thank you for being here on this week's Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. And again, whether you're live or on the replay, glad to have you here. Any comments that you post, I will respond to all of them. So have an enjoyable week.